You'll ruin my Persian rug. I have no place for a homeless woman. Those were the words my son-in-law said as he stood in the doorway, blocking my way inside. I was holding a single travel bag, everything I had left after my farm burned to the ground in a summer wildfire. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I just stood there listening while my daughter looked down at the floor behind him and said nothing. I'm glad you're here. Stay with me until the end. A week earlier, my life still made sense. I had lived on that farm for over 40 years. I raised my daughter there. I measured her height on the kitchen wall. I buried my husband from that land. When the evacuation order came, I grabbed what I could: medication, a change of clothes, a small photo album. By morning, the farm was gone. Ash. Charred beams, nothing to return to. I told myself I wouldn't impose. Just a few nights. A couch. Somewhere to rest while the insurance paperwork moved at its slow pace. So I drove 2 hours to my daughter's house, believing family still meant something. Standing on her porch, I realized I was wrong. After the door closed and the lock clicked, I sat in my car for several minutes without starting the engine. The fuel gauge showed just under half a tank. Enough to get somewhere. I just didn't know where. That's when I scrolled through my phone and stopped on a name I hadn't touched in years: the son of my late neighbor. A boy who used to eat dinner at my table when his mother worked nights. A boy I taught how to drive on the dirt road behind my farm. I used to babysit him when he had nowhere else to go. No one knew I still had his number. I hesitated. Then I called. He answered on the second ring. I told him who I was. I told him my farm was gone. I told him I had nowhere to stay tonight. I didn't ask for anything. There was a pause. Then he said, "Where are you?" An hour later, I heard the sound before I saw it. A helicopter lowering onto an open field near the road. Wind kicked up dust and gravel. People stared. Phones came out. I stayed where I was. When he stepped out, taller than I remembered, dressed simply, he looked straight at me and said, "You're not staying in your car tonight." That was the moment everything changed. Not because of money, not because of power, but because someone remembered who I was before I was called homeless. If this story moved you, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. To watch the full story, click the link at the bottom left of the screen or in the description.